Hello! In this video we're going to look at how to add, edit and remove users or staff members from EmpowerDB. Great, so at the top right of your screen on links, everyone will have access to a staff list. If you click on here, you'll be able to see a list of all of the current users of EmpowerDB, which is up here up top. Everyone will be able to see this list. If you're a site admin, you'll also be able to see a list of inactive users. So these are users that do not currently have access to EmpowerDB, but did have access to it in the past. Program admins and site admins will be able to click on these names and see and edit information about these users, whereas standard users will just be able to see the list and any information that you've included on this page. So perhaps you'd like to include everyone's phone numbers and you can use this as kind of a contact sheet. Okay, so let's say someone new has joined my team and I'd like to add them to provide access to EmpowerDB. I do need to click on Add New Staff up top here. And every site will have quite a different selection of variables that appear on this staff information form. But almost everyone will have first name, last name, username, password and permission level. So I'm going to complete those. Okay, and I can set a password for this individual as well. We've actually given the responsibility of setting passwords to the admins, and you can read more about how to ensure that your password is safe and secure in this help file here. So I'm just going to set a password for this person. And then as we scroll down, I'm going to choose her permission level. So you have access to, you can set this user as inactive, reporting only, standard user, program admin, or a site admin. And you can read more about all these different permission levels in this help file here. I'm going to add Sarah as a standard user, and that's probably what most of the users that have access to your site will be. So Sarah works in our residential programs, so I'm going to give her access to the shelter program and the transitional housing program. Okay, at the bottom, it's quite common that you would have some funder settings. Sarah is a VOCA funded member of staff, so I need to make sure that I've selected yes here, and that will mean that any activities that she records will be reflected on my VOCA report. So to add her, I'm going to click Add New Staff at the bottom here, and I'll see a little message saying Success, New Staff Added. Now when I go to my staff list, I can see that Sarah appears at the bottom here. To edit a user account, all you need to do is just click on the person's name and make any changes that you need to here. Perhaps I'd like to upgrade Frances. She's currently a standard user and I'm going to make her a program admin. And I can click Save Changes here to do that. All right. So let's say Sarah has actually now gone on to leave my organisation, and so I don't want her to exist as an active user in my database anymore. But if I have a look around, there's actually no option to delete her record, and that is deliberate, because if you were to delete a user, it would mean that all of the activities that had been recorded under their profile would no longer be associated with anyone, and it would cause a lot of problems for your funder reports. So we don't want to do that. But what we can do in this situation is select inactive as her permission level. This will mean that she no longer has access to EmpowerDB, but all of the historical records associated with her account will remain exactly the same. When you do this, please make sure not to make any other changes, so you don't need to update anything and say, oh, this person's no longer VOCA funded because she's no longer with us. She was VOCA funded at the time that she recorded those activities, and so that's what we need her to stay as so that everything will work properly for those historical records. So I just click Save Changes here, and when I go back to my staff list, I'll see that Sarah now appears as inactive.